It's good to be back home and back with y'all. So, hey, hello YouTube. It's me, Peak, and I know y'all probably like. Hold on, let me get this out of the way. I don't know why that's all the way up over here. Una mattina, musato, like I was saying, I know y'all like this is not a regular video and a regular live stream. Well, this is for my other account that I posted on 3-4 months ago. So and also I have been playing COD. I hopped off. It was getting ass, right? I'm gonna be posting some GTA videos when I get this what's it called for my computer because I need more storage. When I plug it in, we'll have more storage. Start playing GTA online and be posting some videos. So I can't wait for that. But let's get into this live stream, this video. We gonna be watching some videos clowning the president of the United States, the rapist of the United States. You know, Donald Trump. He's a rapist. He's a cunt. He's a dickhead. He's everything in the fucking book. Fuck Israel. Hold on, I'm gonna get y'all some light, bro. Wait.
There will be no affordable housing, but the war in Iran will continue. Haitian and Syrian immigrants are no longer welcome in the United States of America. What else? Trump shut down. What was it? He shut down the Supreme Court has absolutely gone out of their mind. The Supreme Court released 4 different decisions today. One of them is protecting Monsanto from being sued by cancer victims who got cancer due to Roundup, which is a chemical. The court also struck down Hawaii's gun laws that prevents people from bringing guns into stores, restaurants, and hotels. So now it's the Wild Wild West in Hawaii. Asylum seekers will be sent back to Mexico when they're seeking asylum, which is absolutely fucking diabolical. And the Trump regime can, in fact, remove temporary protective status from migrants fleeing violence and natural disasters in both Haiti and Syria. And this is because they are black and brown. This is a nation that openly welcomes literally everybody from South Africa or any white nations, like Scandinavian bloc. But God forbid you're black or brown, we tell you to go fuck yourself. A lot to talk about. There was a quote-unquote leader of Antifa, which is hilarious because Antifa is not an organization, and he was sentenced to 100 years in prison for a quote-unquote terrorist attack on an ICE facility. So what you're witnessing there is collective punishment for a group of protesters down in Texas who tried everything they could to free the illegally detained black and brown people that the Gestapo has decided to throw into concentration camps. So that's the death of the First Amendment. Trump vetoed the housing bill that would help people be able to buy new homes. He says that he's doing this because he wants to keep.
All right, by the way, if you did vote for Trump, you should go fuck yourself. You should go do that your brain tell you what to do. Where your mom, dad, everybody cry. You should go do that. We appreciate it and make the earth way much more better.
Keep the price of housing high for those who have already purchased a home. That's not a joke. That's quite literally what he said. Just absolute nightmare news. We're going to dive right into it. But before we do, hi, how are you? I'm Chris Valenti. Welcome to the Valenti VOD. This is what...
By the way, go follow my boy Valenti. I don't know why I don't like. It's just not a habit, but I definitely sometimes.
Real independent media looks like some douchebag in his office with a microphone and a camera and a dog right next to him and a cat lurking around somewhere. If you do want to help support independent media, there's a couple of ways that you can. You could buy merch like the posters behind me. We also have mugs and hoodies. That's located down below. You can click the thanks button down below to tip me directly. You can click the join button down below to become a member of the channel for $5. And then last but not least, You can always support this channel on Patreon by donating $5, $10, $1,000,000, whatever you want to donate on Patreon. That'll give you access to every single one of my videos on Patreon without any advertisements. Now, as you know, I don't do sponsorships, advertisements. I've never had a conversation with a billionaire, a government, a PAC, or any of that shit. This is entirely 100% viewer funded by you. So I really appreciate anything and everything that you guys have sent my way. And then last but not least, if you don't have any money to throw around, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with your group chat of dumb fuck idiots. Tell them a fat guinea wop dago from New York says hello. Okay. Without further ado, why don't we just dive right into the shit here, because I've got a couple of things. The first thing I want to start off with is actually Hunter Biden, believe it or not, the massive hog man himself. So Hunter Biden, he posted this right after the DSA slate of 8 got an absolute victory royale in New York City. And I'm not going to lie, like, he kind of hits the nail on the head here. Let's get a read. So Hunter Biden says this: I'm not running for office, but if I were, these are some of the lessons I'd take away from what happened in New York yesterday. 1, authenticity is measurable. Voters can smell a focus group from a mile away. That's a shot at Jack Schlossberg, because everything Jack Schlossberg said and did was focus grouped, okay? You could see it when you watch his videos. He's like manic, and he's trying to remember the rehearsed and focus grouped lines that he came up with beforehand. He's like the guy said a whole lot of nothing. They'd say, they're like, what lesson should the Democratic Party learn? And go, the Democratic Party needs to believe in something again, you know? Just focus grouped bullshit. None of it was authentic. Number 2, endorsements from the current Democratic leadership now read like warnings. The establishment wing of the party is no longer a sword. It is a question mark. That's perfect. So what he's talking about there are, what was it? It was Hakeem Jeffries and Cory Booker traveled to Israel with Esbayat, the guy who lost to Daria Lisa Avila Chevalier. And in Israel, that's where they were like, yeah, we're in Israel. We're doing another trip in Israel, and we're here to endorse Esbayat. You know what that did? That fucking rang alarm bells in the heads of every New Yorker who was thinking about voting for Esbayat. Number 3, conviction beats caution. The candidates who said hard things about rent, about who pays for what, about Gaza, they won. The triangulators lost. Again, that's another shot at people like Dan Goldman, people like Jack Schlossberg, who refused to answer the hard questions when they were asked, like, do you support a free Palestine? Do you support abolishing ICE? You have to say what the voters want to fucking hear. Number 4, cost of living is everything. Everything else is wallpaper. 100% correct, Hunter Biden. Number 5, the middle is not a strategy. It's an empty room. Voters reached past the establishment to grab someone who actually believes in something. Now, this is, I believe, a shot at Kamala Harris, who decided to tack to the middle, tack to the right, and become more of a, almost like a centrist.
By the way, hold on. I have to say, I am not a leftist or right. I am associate. Fuck. Every time I'm speaking and I want to say something, I am associate. Fuck me, a patriot associate. If you don't know what that means, look it up. But I do not stand with the left or the right. I have my own my own and shit. Hold on, I'm take him in
Republican than a like a social democrat. If you teeter towards the middle and you cater to the independents and the enlightened centrists, then you're going to lose the support from the actual movement of like left-wing socialists such as myself, okay? And the same goes for the right wing. When they start like tacking into the middle, they lose support from their far-right authoritarian fascist Nazis. That's why you're seeing like a lot of people like Nick Fuentes or Tucker Carlson, they are abandoning Trump entirely because he's not willing to go full balls to the walls authoritarian. Number 6, don't fear the base, court it. The Democrats who ran from their own voters lost. The ones who ran toward them won. Exactly. Your base, at least if you're a Democrat, your base are the socialist movement. Your base is the DSA. Your base is young Gen Z Americans. And there's only a couple of things that we're really fucking demanding. Abolish ICE, universal health care, affordable and dignified housing, free Palestine, and admit that Donald Trump is a fascist authoritarian. I'm sure there's a lot more that we need to be talking about, but it's pretty simple for the 5. Last but not least, If you want to lead a party, you have to be willing to fight inside it. Mamdani didn't ask permission. He took the field. Now, this is a saying that you've probably heard before. I have to burp. That's not the saying, but this is a saying you probably heard before. My dad used to say this, which is, do not ask for permission. Beg for forgiveness. Okay? If you've got an idea, you think the idea is good, don't go around asking motherfuckers if it works. Just fucking do it. Okay? And then it'll work, and then people will be pissed off that you even attempted it, and you go, well, I don't give a fuck, man. I did it. I did it. You got a problem with me? I hope you forgive me, but I had an idea, and I fucking took the field. The lesson under the lessons. The country is tired of being managed. People want to be led. All right. It's a great post by Hunter Biden, and I think it really does cover like what every single Democrat and every single socialist across the United States needs to be tapping into. All right, moving on. We're going to be talking about a couple of Trump's Truth Social posts. So this is something that he goes. So just so you understand, today there was supposed to be a housing bill that was signed that would essentially just make it a little bit easier for first-time home buyers to afford a home. Well, Donald Trump, he canceled the entire fucking ceremony, and they literally had like a stage set for him to sign it. This was so guaranteed that this is what Caroline Leavitt posted, okay? This is what she posted yesterday. Tomorrow.
Her name is not Caroline Leavitt, it's Caroline No Lip Leavitt. That fucking cunt.
At 12 p.m. on Capitol Hill, President Trump will sign into law one of the 21st Century Road to Housing Act, one of the most significant pieces of housing affordability legislation in American history. This bipartisan bill includes policies long championed by the president. It cuts unnecessary red tape, helps increase housing supply, and limits the ability of large institutional investors to purchase single-family homes. As the president has said, homes should be owned by American families, not large corporations. He has never fucking said that. President Trump promised to lower housing costs, and he is delivering, making it easier for every family to achieve the American dream of home ownership. Tomorrow's historic bill signing is another promise made, promise kept. Meanwhile, today's housing news conference and signing is hereby canceled until such time as we pass the desperately needed Save America Act, which I consider to be a national emergency. Thank you for your attention to this matter. But wait, Caroline, I thought you said that Donald Trump cared about lowering the prices of housing. Why do I have a clip of him saying that he wants to keep the prices of housing up? Why do I have a clip of him saying that he cares more about the people who already own homes than the people who are yet to buy a home? Well, the answer to that is that he fucking hates you. He fucking hates you. He fucking hates you. Okay. So this is what I've got for you. Check this out. This is what he said yesterday.
Not the leaders, because they want to cheat. Their policy is so bad, they're unelectable.
Would you veto the housing bill you came to your desk, sir? Would you veto it?
About what?
If the housing bill that you didn't sign today that came
No,
to your
I
desk.
said I'm not signing the housing bill. I want to see what happens. We said, look, the housing bill.
If the person that shot at Donald Trump, right? If he would have waited until his head went back in place, America would have been great again, I'm telling you.
Is housing. I made billions of dollars with housing. I know housing better than anybody, maybe anywhere.
Yeah, you literally wouldn't let black people move into the Trump villages. Like, brother, you literally were charged with discrimination because you refused to allow black people to move into your buildings.
It's all about the interest rate. Lower the interest rates, you can have all the housing you want. But you have to understand, I don't want to hurt people that own houses.
Donald Trump.
He's talking about his friends who own like 12 mansions and 6 mega yachts.
These people, for the first time in their lives, they have valuable houses. They become rich.
That's
I don't
what
want to
your
hurt
bitch
them
ass
either.
get.
What you want to do is, what good for everyone, get the interest rates down. We have this numbskull that was the head of the Fed before, and he's a stupid person. And we call him too late because he was too late with the interest rates all the time.
I love when he says we call him too late. No, you fucking fat pedophile fascist authoritarian cocksucker. You call him too late because you're a dipshit. Your fucking nicknames used to have motion. Crooked Hillary was great. Sleepy Joe was great. And then you threw out Marjorie Taylor Brown, and then you put in parentheses, you go, green grass turns brown when it is dying and rotted.
He's slow as fuck.
Lightning McQueen is fading. Like, dude, you're such a fucking bumbling dipshit.
We need low interest rates. Low interest rates will solve everything. We'll solve that.
You know what? I think he's right. I think low interest rates will actually stop Israel from expanding their territory. You know, low interest rates, folks, it solves everything. I can't get hard. My cock doesn't work. Hasn't worked in decades. But if you lower the interest rates, then maybe my little weenie Bobini will start working Boburking, and then I can fuck Melania again. Except no, she probably is fucking Pete Hegseth. Oh, real quick, side note. I guarantee you Melania is getting dicked down by somebody within the White House.
I swear to God, everything I love. I was going to say that, but I was like,
assumption is Pete Hegseth. I think Pete Hegseth is fucking the shit out of Melania Trump. Somebody's got to be doing it because we know it ain't Donnie.
Now, despite that, we're doing well with housing.
Oh yeah, no, we're doing great. You know, average home buyer, average first-time home buyers are at 50 years old, and you've proposed a 50-year mortgage. So you could buy a home at 50 and then pay it off when you turn 100. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Yippee. Okay, more. All right, here's a older clip, just so you can understand where Trump's head really is. I mean, as we know, Trump used to be a low-filter guy, and now he's a no-filter guy because he has dementia and Alzheimer's. But here's what he said previously.
There's so much talk about,
by the way, that's 100% true. If he didn't have dementia, this war with Iran, we would still not be in it. We would not be in it. We're still in a war with Iran because he have dementia and he's keep fucking bombing them, and guess what? He can't find where the drones come.
We're going to drive housing prices down. I don't want to drive housing prices down. I want to drive housing prices up.
Like we in Call of Duty.
All right, well, he said it there. So if you were thinking about buying a home and you thought that Donald Trump was, he cared about you, yeah, no, he just said it with his whole ass chest. He wants to drive housing prices up because he fucking hates you. Listen, folks. I'm signing a new executive order. It's called the Eat Shit and Die Bill. And also, I've got the nuclear button here, so fuck it. Like, dude, what the fuck are we doing? More.
Go ahead.
Buying a home is unattainable for so many Americans. Is this election legislation more important to you than resolving the housing crisis?
This is every election's important. We're doing very well.
He was asked about housing. She was like, is winning this election more important to you than passing the housing bill?
I want a lot of communists to come in. I'm saying it a little.
Hold on.
This is every election's important. We're doing very well. They want a lot of communists to come in. I'm saying it a little bit differently, but the people that they're pushing are communists, and this country is not going to have communists. Thank you very much.
You know what's funny is we already do have like a version of communists or communism and socialism, but it's only for the Epstein class. Like, I hope you guys understand that the only reason why Elon Musk is the world's first trillionaire is because he received literally billions of subsidies from the United States government. Like, at the end of the day, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, all of the Mark Zuckerberg, these are welfare queens. That's what they are. You know, the welfare queens are not the minority living in a red state who has food stamps. No, the welfare queens are the billionaires and trillionaires who are relying on hundreds of millions of dollars of government subsidies in order to prop up their dog shit companies, okay? That's the reality of the world that we live in, where we do have socialism, but it is only for the billionaires. Fucking disgusting. Is this the same clip? Yeah, this is the exact same clip. Okay. We are going to move on to a new story here, which we mentioned in the beginning. The Supreme Court allows the Fuhrer to remove protections from thousands of Haitian and Syrian immigrants. The Trump regime has sought to terminate temporary protected status for immigrants fleeing war, natural disasters, or other catastrophes. Some may now be deported. Now, this is simply because Donald Trump hates black people, and he hates brown people, and he wants them to die. Washington. The Supreme Court on Thursday cleared the way for the Trump regime to remove legal protections from thousands of Haitian and Syrian immigrants in the United States, meaning they could be subject to deportation. The court, on a 6-3 vote on ideological lines, ruled in favor of the administration, which asked to continue with its plan to strip temporary protective status from about 350,000 Haitians and 6,000 Syrians. Mind you, Trump has been meeting with the leader of Syria, who he put in charge. The leader of Syria is a former Al-Qaeda fighter and one of the founders of ISIS. Okay? And Trump invited that motherfucker into the Oval Office and he was chummy with him. You know, this is a motherfucker who quite literally was holding up the hair of American soldiers and sawing off their heads with a serrated blade. Like the shit that we used to watch in the early 2000s when the internet didn't have any fucking restrictions. You know, I remember that shit. My dad once said to me, he goes, Chris, if you watch that video, there's going to be the man you were before and the man you are after. So you watch that at your own peril. I didn't believe him. I watched that video and I went, okay, I'm fully grown now. I have hit puberty. Like, it was fucking instantly and immediately. So, let's keep reading here. Writing for the majority, conservative Justice Samuel Alito said the judges overstepped their authority in second-guessing the regime's decision. The court also rejected a claim that the decision to remove protections from Haitians was discriminatory. The law in question expressly restricts courts from reviewing determinations made by the Department of Homeland Security on whether to terminate or extend TPS protections, he wrote. As for the claims of discrimination against Haitians, Alito said none of the statements cited by plaintiffs, including the Fuhrer himself, baselessly accusing them of eating people's pets, were overtly racial and insufficient to show that the termination of Haiti's DPS designation was based on the race of Haitian people. So that's cope. That's cope. You are only putting this on the...
I was right. I don't even know how I forgot about that. He was also talking about Haitians and Africans and shit walking around. And I won't add them in there, but also talking about they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Yes, they are.
Haitian people because A, they're black and brown, and B, Donald Trump made the insane claim that the Haitians, they're eating the cats and they're eating the dogs, folks. So what you're witnessing right now is the Fuhrer on the campaign trail decided to say the most racist and abhorrent bullshit that he possibly could about the Haitians. And now 350,000 Haitian migrants with temporary protective status are facing deportation. On top of that, 6,000 Syrians are going to be sent back to a fucking failed state that has open slave markets and terrorists running around because their leader is a straight up former ISIS founder and Al-Qaeda fighter. That's absolutely crazy. Fucking disgusting. This decision will endanger Haitian TPS holders who fled their homeland in pursuit of what generations of immigrants yearned for when they made the painful decision to leave all they have known, to live in safety. So I know that the lady in the harbor says, give us your tired and give us your poor, but it seems like Stephen Miller wants to carve in only if they're white. Fucking disgusting. All right, now we're also going to be talking about the death of the First Amendment. So, leader of Antifa Cell, which is not a thing. Antifa is not an organization. It is simply a mindset. I am Antifa. You are Antifa. If you are anti-fascist, you are Antifa. Leader of Antifa Cell members in North Texas sentenced to 100 years in prison for terrorist attack on ICE facility. 7 additional defendants also sentenced before 1-year anniversary of attack to a combined 450 years in prison. So real quick, not one Epstein pedophile has been sent to jail. Not even one of them has been brought to court or indicted. Every single January 6th insurrectionist got a pardon, and now there's a slush fund being prepared to give them millions of dollars, which previously we thought was shut down, but we're finding out it was not shut down, and they are trying to move forward with that by reworking the name of it, right? None of them faced any consequences for their actions. But meanwhile, a group of protesters in Texas are getting literally hundreds of years in prison. Today, the Justice Department announced that 8 North Texas Antifa Cell operatives, Jesus Christ, were sentenced for their roles in rioting, using weapons and explosives, providing material support to terrorists, obstruction, and the attempted murder of an Alvarado police officer at the...
They're bro, ain't no way they talking about that protest that has happened a month ago when they was outside of some fucking building and somebody threw like a fireworks smoke bomb, but it was like mad smoke. Like it they called it a bomb or some shit like that.
Prairieland
that's
Detention
crazy.
Center on July 4th, 2025. This is the first sentencing of defendants affiliated with Antifa following the Fuhrer's executive order designating the group as domestic terrorist organization in September 2025. So guys, what you're witnessing right now is the first attempt at labeling people like me and people like you as terrorists. And, well, first of all, they've already labeled us all as terrorists. I hope you do understand you are quite literally considered.
Yes, that is true. Right. I'm gonna let him explain.
Terrorist, according to the federal government, simply for being in this chat. You are literally considered a terrorist, right? But now, this is what we've got coming for them.
Explain.
Benjamin Hanil Song, who was convicted of the attempted murder of a law enforcement officer, was sentenced to 100 years in prison. Together, the Prairieland terrorists received a combined sentence of 450 years in prison. Maricela Ruda sentenced to 70 years. Cameron Arnold, 50 years. Savannah Batten, 50 years. Zachary Evans, 50 years. Bradford
They not slapped on the cuff, bro. I would have been hella pissed.
Morris, 50 years. Elizabeth Soto, 50 years. And Daniel Sanchez Estrada, 30 years in prison. And now we have a quote from Acting Attorney General and former defense attorney for the Fuhrer, Todd Blanche. Quote, "The sentences handed down today make clear that Antifa terrorists who attack law enforcement and federal facilities will face swift and uncompromising justice. Their violent extremism has no place in our country, and the Department of Justice will continue to aggressively investigate, disrupt, and prosecute those who threaten law enforcement officers to undermine the rule of law." Again, reminder, every January 6th insurrectionist was pardoned, including the ones who violently assaulted police officers, leading to the deaths of multiple.
Next time January 6th attack happened, make sure Trump is in the White House and he's not locked up in that ballroom. Everybody get their hands on him. Chop him into 80 pieces. And
Capitol Police officers. So it's very simple. It is rules for thee and not for me. Rules for thee and not for me. That's what you're witnessing. If you commit violent acts of terrorism in the name of Donald Trump, you'll receive a pardon and a couple of $1 million. If you commit violent terrorist acts in the name of freedom and democracy, you will receive hundreds of years in prison. And also, you don't even need to commit violent terrorist acts. If you use your First Amendment right to protest and your First Amendment right of freedom of speech, if you do that in dissent of the Fuhrer, in dissent of the regime, you will be sentenced to 100 years in prison. Fucking disgusting. We got more here. Check this out. We're shifting to a new story. Under pressure from the Fuhrer, Republican-led Senate reverses course on Iran. The chamber rejected a resolution to force the Fuhrer to end the war after he criticized Republicans for undermining his regime's negotiations. Now, I do believe I actually have a Trump Truth Social post about this. Yeah, here it is.
All right, before he started talking, yo, after the war is over with Iran, right? I hope we partner up with them and fucking destroy Israel, the whole nation, everything.
After testy exchange, Senate hands Trump win by rejecting bill to rein in his war on Iran. Now we're getting, thank you for the $50 donation from Johnny and Venus. We love what you and the mods do. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So what we're getting reports from leakers inside of the Republican Senate that this meeting that the Senate had with Trump quite literally led to like a screaming.
You know what? Since we still in the war with Iran. Since he didn't sign that, well, did he? No. Since that agreement that we signed up, right? Since that didn't go through, this what Iran, this what you should do. Build the nuke, right? Build the nuke. After you build it, build another one, but hold on to that nuke. So just in case if they try to play with y'all again, you know, y'all got a nuke, right? After y'all done building your second nuke, drop a nuke on Israel. Please, drop a nuke on Israel, Iran. Make one nuke, keep that so no fucking nation don't fuck with you. Make another nuke, and after you have that, drop a nuke on Israel.
Match where Republican senators weren't even calling him Mr. President. They were calling him Donald by his name. They were even calling him bro. Like, I'm not even kidding. This is what the leaks say. They were like, the Republican senators were saying, like, you've got to be fucking kidding me, bro. We cannot move forward with this. And then Trump would scream back at them that he is the Fuhrer and they are simply slaves and cattle that must follow his every order. And that's the truth. He's right. And they are slaves and they are cattle and they did bend the knee. So now, the Republican Senate, who had previously stepped in the way of Trump continuing his illegal and offensive war in the name of Israel to protect the release of the Epstein files, right? The Republicans stood in the way, but now they are bending the fucking knee to their Fuhrer and allowing him to do whatever the fuck he wants. Let's read. The Senate rejected a resolution on Wednesday to block the Fuhrer from resuming the war in Iran after he complained that the passage of a similar resolution Tuesday undermined ongoing negotiations with Tehran over its nuclear program. The resolution failed 50-47 on a late-night procedural vote. Senator Bill Cassidy, Republican, who voted with Democrats for Tuesday's resolution, flipped and voted against advancing this one. Now, I don't know what sort of dirt Trump has on Bill Cassidy, but I can guarantee you it's bad. Listen, Trump is part of a crime family. The Trump regime is simply an extension of the Trump crime family. And this is how they operate. This is how Donald Trump got blackmailed by the Israelis. I guarantee you that Donald Trump has...
By the way, if you don't know, that Israelis, this is why we is in a war. There's that Israel have a vault in Tel Aviv with Donald Trump on Everything I Love, with Donald Trump raping kids, sexually harassing people. They have a fucking big ass vault in Tel Aviv with Donald Trump raping kids.
Assigned different CIA officers and FBI agents and Homeland Security agents to gather blackmail on all of his Republican senators and Republican congressmen so that he can bully them into doing whatever the fuck he wants.
This might be the new Jeffrey Epstein.
Senator Rand Paul, Republican, who has voted for every previous resolution since the war started, voted present rather than directly opposing Trump. What a fucking pussy. He wouldn't vote yes or no. He just voted and said, I'm here. What a fucking loser. So this is what Rand Paul wrote. My opinion on the debate over war and executive power has not changed, and I have voted that way several times. But since hostilities seem to be over and the Fuhrer asked me to give consideration to his negotiating position, I will do so. My vote of present is a way to give the Fuhrer more space and leverage to negotiate a lasting peace. I need that motherfucker dragged out of the office by his fucking ear and thrown into a gulag. Two Republicans, Senator Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins, voted with Democrats to advance the resolution. One Democrat, Senator John Fetterman, voted against it. John Fetterman, you morbidly obese, fucking figgy pudding-brained, bald, disgusting Zionist rat fuck. Everybody hates you. Your children hate you. Your family hates you. Your wife hates you. She's getting dicked down by somebody whose cock works. Fuck you. Resign in disgrace and live a very short and miserable rest of your life. You fucking traitor. And I'll say this. I said this before. I'll say this again. John Fetterman is the reason why I am so afraid of Graham Plattner. I don't trust Graham Plattner. And if we have another motherfucker who votes like John Fetterman, a Republican in sheep's clothing, right? A Republican in Democrat clothing, we're fucked. We're never going to be able to pass a single resolution again. So I pray to God, Graham. I pray to God, Graham, that you are not a fucking piece of shit Nazi like I think you are. And don't get me wrong, this has nothing to do with the fact, well, not nothing, but this has barely anything to do with the fact that he had a Totenkopf on his chest. This has to do with the fact that that motherfucker didn't do one tour in Afghanistan. He didn't do 2 tours in Afghanistan. He didn't do 3 tours in Afghanistan. He didn't do 4 tours in Afghanistan. He did 4 tours and then went back as a fucking private mercenary for Blackwater, as literally a mercenary, a contractor, those motherfuckers who get to commit more war crimes than anybody else because they don't wear the American flag on their shoulder. So I'm sorry, I'm not on board, but this motherfucker, John Fetterman, is scared. It is his betrayal that scares the ever-loving fuck out of me. The vote is a defeat for Democrats who celebrated the passage of a similar war powers resolution Tuesday as a symbolic rebuke of the unpopular war. The Fuhrer berated the 4 Republicans who voted for Tuesday's resolution publicly and privately, writing on social media that they, quote, provided aid and comfort to the enemy. He questioned why any Republican would vote for such a resolution during a closed-door lunch with Senate Republicans on Wednesday, which led to a shouting match with Cassidy. Senator John Kennedy described Trump as mad as a murder hornet about the vote during lunch. Put yourself in his shoes. He's right in the middle of delicate negotiations, and the Senate votes to get out of Iran. Democrats have forced repeated votes since the start of the war in February to block the Fuhrer from ordering further strikes on Iran. The War Powers Resolution of 1973 states that the president must remove U.S. forces engaged in hostilities abroad without congressional authorization if Congress passes such a resolution, though the White House and some Republicans have argued that it is unconstitutional. Meanwhile, it's literally in the Constitution that after 60 days you need congressional approval, and they're saying him needing to follow the Constitution is actually unconstitutional because he's the Fuhrer. Thank you for the $20. Thanks, Chris, for sharing news in the tone that we need to hear. We are not angry enough. You're damn fucking right. You're damn fucking right. Okay. Moving forward here. I want to talk about this here. This is very short, but this is hilarious. So our queen, Anna Kasparian, was forced to delete the post because this is long story short. She posted this. She goes, all right. Sorry. Recap. 4 IOF rat fucks were killed in Lebanon by Hezbollah, which is good. That is a good thing. Every single Israeli in Lebanon is invaded. Yes. Lebanon is a sovereign nation. That is their fucking territory. And the Israelis successfully captured pretty much the entirety of South Lebanon, and they blew up all the bridges, and they're trying to move, I think, north of the Litani River. But essentially, Hezbollah is defending themselves, and they are firing on the illegal and offensive invaders, right? Which led to the deaths of 4 IOF soldiers. Then, this is what Anna Kasparian posted. Should have been more than 4. If they don't want to get killed, they should get the fuck out of Lebanon. And yes, I said what I said, right? And then this fucking loser, I don't know who this is, says, hey, Anna, since you were a coward and deleted this post, let's explain a basic concept of what your basic brain can figure out. First, my original post to you was about how you purposefully left out doesn't matter. So she then says, some IDF rat, some subhuman, disgusting...
Fuck everybody that's in Israel. You can kiss my dick tank to tip.
IDF...
And what the I was about to say what the fuck. And if you're in the military in Israel, I hope you all fucking
rat. He posts, he goes, are you openly advocating for my death? And she responds, yes. This is why Anna Kasparian is my queen. This is why I love Anna Kasparian. This is why I would lick the very ground that she fucking walks on. Because nobody else other than myself has the audacity to say shit like this. Okay, now, speaking of the IOF, speaking of terrorism, I want to show you this video of a brave American confronting this legless fucking loser. He's a congressman known as Brian Mast. He was an American soldier who then volunteered for the IOF because he's a traitor to the United States of America. But luckily, there was karma. The universe blew off his fucking legs, which is hilarious. I hope it got his dick too, but we'll never know. He's such an angry, bald little manlet that I do think it blew off his balls. So let's get a look here.
I've got my uniform. Congress member, how do you feel about the amputees in Gaza?
Both his legs blew off.
And in Lebanon, that the United States tax dollars are creating. I see you're an amputee yourself.
You know, a lot of those amputees blew themselves up messing with explosives.
What are you talking about? Do you even know?
They should have been better bomb techs.
That is so ignorant of you.
Yeah, real quick, just so you know, the pager attack. You remember when the Israelis gave out pagers?
I do remember that they gave out pagers and those shit start blowing up. It was on the news. Last year it was on the news.
Fucking years beforehand, and then all of the pagers blew up across the hospitals and shit. The pager attack,
I didn't know about that one. Thought it was drone.
What's the word where you lose a limb? I don't know the word, but it blew off the limbs of more civilians than any terrorist attack in modern history. And again, remind you, that was a terrorist attack by all definitions. The Israelis committed a mass terror attack, okay? An amputee, thank you. The pagers exploding blew off, it amputated the arms and legs of children, women, civilians. The most amount of civilians that had their fucking limbs blown off in a single terrorist attack in modern history.
Say, what about the Lebanon pager attack?
They were.
What about the pager attack? What about the pager attack?
Was one of the best attacks I have ever seen.
Somebody please murder this man.
You're absolutely disgusting. You're disgusting. What if your legs were the ones that got cut off?
My legs did get cut off, but if you think
this is why I think his balls got blown off. Look at how angry this fucking bald Zionist little manlet gets.
Disgusting. Why don't you do something about it?
Why don't I do something about it?
This is a congressman. This is a congressman confronted by an American voter, and he gets in his face and goes, "The fuck are you gonna do about it? Do something about it. Do something about it. Do something about it." Jesus fucking Christ.
I think you're disgusting. I think you're
this fucking piece of shit little piglet belongs in a fucking gulag.
Fascist.
Do something about it.
I'm gonna use my First Amendment right. That's what I'm doing.
You can
Unlike you, who's a militaristic pig, wants to choose fighting.
About it.
Wants to choose fighting because that's what you are. That's who you are. You're an amputee, and you don't give a shit about amputees in Gaza.
I absolutely do.
In Gaza, you care about them?
But I was really happy to see the ones that got blown up by the pagers. That
You're
was
absolutely
really good
disgusting.
So do something about it.
That was the biggest disabling event.
So you're not gonna
I hope somebody pushed his mother down the stairs, and I do not regret saying that.
In recent history. Of course I'm not going to do anything about it. This is a free country, and I have the right to tell you, a shitty congressman.
You have the right to speak, but come on, do something about it.
Somebody should steal his legs while he's sleeping. I guarantee you this motherfucker takes his legs off when he goes to bed. Yo, if you're one of his staffers, steal his fucking legs, bro.
What am I going to do about it?
I mean, you could try to do anything. You're not going to be successful.
Why would I ever why would I intimidate?
It's also insane because of the power dynamic here. Like, this fucking bald Zionist...
Personally, if I was him, and I had 2 lives, right? I'm kicking the nigga legs, right? His legs, right? No. Get a couple hits in, because I know his fucking cunt will come up. Income, right? Knock him out. Keep... And him. Or
rat, subhuman, inferior fuckboy knows that if you even you don't even need to lay no, Luigi, no, you do not need to lay hands on a congressman. Just you insinuating that you want to lay hands on a congressman would get you thrown in federal prison for fucking decades, and he knows this. This fuck is actually not willing to fight him. All he wants to do is get the guy to swing so he could be like, that's it, you're going to federal prison for 15 years, I'm gonna ruin your life and your entire fucking family's life. Ha ha, ha ha. He knows that.
By the way, I'm so sorry.
Well, you don't intimidate me in any way.
Why are you trying to instigate a fight?
About as much as I worry about a cloudy day is about as much as I worry about you.
Oh, wow. Yo, I know men like this. I know men like this. You know men like this. You know what I do know? His heart is racing right now. And he's holding his hands together because they're shaking. He's a little boy, he's a little baby boy, and he literally has no balls because they were blown the fuck off by an IED. Suck my dick, you miss yours? You miss your dick? Suck mine, you legless imp.
You know what? I don't give a shit if you worry about me. You also don't get worried about Israel taking over this country. You want Israel to take over this country. You're an amputee
if you didn't care,
who doesn't care about amputees.
Alright, don't worry, there's more. That's just one video. Here's the second one.
You do not care about the rights of people who have been disabled as a civilian. Do you care about civilians being disabled?
Absolutely.
You do? What about in Gaza? You said you praised the attack.
I speak to people.
You said you praised the pager attack.
Because it killed terrorists.
It also killed innocent people.
No, it killed terrorists.
No, it just
killed terrorists.
Do you understand now that these people, this man does not consider anybody in Lebanon or Gaza to be a civilian, okay? And this is because that's what the Israelis claim. The Israelis claim that everybody in Lebanon and Palestine are terrorists All of them, including the children. That's why you hear Itmar Ben-Gvir saying, all of Lebanon must burn. That's what he tweeted. He said, for every tear of an Israeli mother, 1,000 Lebanese mothers must weep. So what he's saying is collective punishment. Kill them all. And American congressmen, like this cocksucker, Brian Mast, they have undying loyalty to the subhuman vermin known as Israelis.
And
innocent people. What about the innocent people? Isn't one too many when it's hundreds, thousands?
And a lot of the bombs.
Thousands of civilians.
Of killing terrorists.
Thousands of civilians.
An excellent job. And I'm for killing terrorists.
How'd you lose your legs?
I loved killing
How'd
terrorists.
you lose your
it was a
legs?
great part of my life.
How'd you lose your legs?
Killing terrorists.
I would have started
Killing
making
terrorists?
fucking fun of him.
So you
start
lose them
clowning
again.
at
Now
him
you
fucking
lost your
time.
legs farming oil for ExxonMobil, you pathetic
I would have said you lost your legs and you also lost your dick. Go find it, you fucking cunt.
chud.
Again, because you just love killing brown people.
Oh, I would absolutely lose my legs again if it meant protecting my country from terrorists. 100%.
But you
But you didn't protect our country from terrorists. I have never once in my life felt in danger from a brown person halfway across the fucking planet. You were used as a pawn in an oil war. That's what you were fucking used as, and you lost your legs and your cock? Aww. Thanks for your service, GI. Thanks for your service.
think innocent civilians are
I'm
terrorists.
telling you,
So
I can't
I think
wait
You want to
till
fight an
this
American
goes.
citizen because I believe a different opinion than you. They're not setting off bombs. The people that are setting off bombs are the Israeli government in their pager attack.
Setting off bombs on terrorists, which was
Not just terrorists.
beyond beautiful. So
First off, glory to Hezbollah. Second
Attaboy.
off,
glory to Hezbollah. Was
glory to Hezbollah.
yeah.
That's what I'm going to say to you.
Glory to Hezbollah was
Yeah.
this guy's statement.
Resistance is justified when people are occupied, and you should be disgusted.
Sir, he's got a meeting.
He can leave at any point. He's already tried to fight me. He wants me to fight
I
him.
invited you to do something.
He's
about it.
invited. You
Absolutely.
hear that?
You don't
That's
want to do anything
instigation.
about it. That's okay.
I would never do that. I am a
Just
peace
carry on.
activist.
Carry on, please.
I have a right to stand here, and I have a
do?
right.
Do you
I
know-
have a right to stand
Yes,
here.
Do you know
meeting
my
he has to
stance
get
on
Then
Hamas?
get in the car and go away. I will not impede
Do
the
you know my
car.
stance on Hamas?
What is your?
I would have stand right there with a fucking straight face and told both of them to lick my dick. What the fuck you gonna do about it?
Stance.
That we stand on their throat.
You know, I hope that
Bite your tongue.
you are, you know,
Good boy.
like, I hope that you lose everything that you have.
See, because this bald fuck is allowed to say, I hope that every single Palestinian dies, but you're not allowed to say anything remotely close to that regarding him, so this guy is good, the camera guy's good, this guy is very good. Suave Gustav V for biting his tongue here.
Because you are a satanic creature.
Thank you.
Disgusting. I actually do believe there's a part 3. Is there a part 3? Yes.
You do not care
recording me.
about the rights of
That's why
people
you
who
care,
have been
because you're here.
disabled.
Wait, no, this is part 2. This is part 2. Where is part 3? Here it is.
Wait, why am I being stopped? Am I being detained?
No, you're not being.
So I'm free to go? Or what?
You're not free to go. We have to run.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Dude, we actually...
By the way, I have been watching videos like on cops like try to detain people and people knowing no rights. Unless you're being detained, you're not free to go. Unless you committed a crime, you're not free to go. He's on fucking crack, somebody. I
Living
would
in
have
a-
called them a fuck. I would have called them everything in my fucking vocabulary. Get
Authoritarian
the fuck away from me, you fucking black cunt.
fascist
Oh.
regime. Holy fucking shit. That cop just said, you're not being detained, and then he
said,
goes,
"Are
okay,
you
so I'm free to go. And they go, no, you're not free to go.
Lick my dick, bitch.
So then what the fuck is happening? I'm either detained or I'm not detained. What the fuck? And also, for what?
Actually, I wouldn't have. I would have kept asking him.
For what? For confronting a congressman? I'm an American citizen. For confronting a congressman?
You have your ID or anything?
Why do you need to run me?
By the way, you do not have to give the police your ID. If they not... You do not have to give the police your ID just to identify you or to do whatever they're fucking doing. Unless you committed a crime. or
This
you're
chatter is
detained.
correct here. This comment. As soon as that guy said you're not being detained, you were free to go. And if the cop said you're not being detained and he started pedaling and then they fucking tackled him or something, massive lawsuit. You just became a millionaire.
So if I'm not being detained, why do I need to stay here?
How's it going, man? You got any ID on you, sir?
I don't know.
You don't?
I don't.
Okay.
No.
All right, so
Even if he did, he is not obligated to show you it.
the reason is we got a call regarding you crossing the plaza.
Yeah.
All right.
So?
Was it restricted at the time?
It was not restricted.
Was people walking across?
Yes, there were. So I was a little confused.
So Brian Mast clearly called up the Capitol Police and said, I want that guy fucking arrested! Find any reason to arrest him! Arrest him! Arrest him!
Okay.
As to why I was being detained. And I'm not being detained.
You're not being detained.
So am I free to
Oh,
go?
I would have
No, not
pedaled
yet.
the
What?
fuck off, like he said. I'm pedaling off, and soon as you tackle me, soon as you touch me, I'm instantly calling my lawyer. Pull up that lawsuit right now. Pull up that lawsuit right now. It wasn't no reason for you to touch me. Oh, I'm not detained. Pull off. Tackle me. Pull up. Right now.
Is every cop a fucking idiot? Are there any cops in the United States of America who understand the law that they're supposed to enforce? If I'm not being detained, I'm free to go. You stupid fuck.
Well, if I'm not free to go, why am I being detained?
I'm waiting for somebody to call me back right now.
Okay. Well, then I'm being detained. If I'm not free to go, then I'm being detained.
Yeah.
I'm free to leave?
Yeah, if you want to leave, sure.
I mean, if I'm not being detained, then I am free to leave. I'm going to go lock up my bike.
I'll
come back.
right
How would I lock up my bike? I'll come
the
walk
fuck
back
off,
over here, and then I'm going to go into the building after. Anyway.
Why the fuck would you walk back there?
Happened.
What happened?
As you were riding away,
Yeah.
you created a disorderly conduct.
How?
Because it was above the tourist standard. Everybody
What
else.
do you mean above the tourist standard?
She has no idea. This dumb
She had to take a minute. Take a minute to process what you're saying, you fucking white. Ooh.
bitch has no fucking idea.
Everybody else reacted to how you were talking above what a normal tourist would do.
What?
So that's why we stopped you.
She's
That's why
mad.
we stopped you.
She's mad.
You're
She's
not
butthurt.
acting right.
She's
Therefore,
fucked.
you're under arrest. You need to praise the Fuhrer. You need to praise Brian Mast.
butt-fucked.
You're under arrest because you're not acting cool.
But it's politically motivated. They disagreed with my politics.
Okay, so that created a disorderly conduct situation. However, we've run you. Nothing's come back. We're gonna let you go on your way.
All right.
That was the reason for the stop, was the disorderly
Okay.
conduct of it on the plaza. You're free to go.
All right.
Bro, they would've
That
been
was
sued
so
already.
fucking
I'm
stupid.
telling
What
you.
an absolute
pedaling
waste
off,
of
they
time.
touched me,
Jesus
I'm following
fucking
up my
Christ.
words and stuff.
Okay. Well, if you're here live, you stay. We're going to keep on going for
Alright, we got another Chris Valenti video to watch. This is for, like I said, my second YouTube channel. I woke up in Chris Brown body. Did she send you it?
Assalamu
Why it sound like he just said He did.
alaikum, comrade, from New Momdanistan. We got a fucking socialist sweep last night. Absolute victory royale. 210 headies across the fucking board. We're talking Brad Lander, victory royale. We're talking Claire Valdez, victory royale. We're talking Daria Lisa Avila Chevalier, victory fucking royale. And not only is the establishment Democrat class of elitists having a fucking panic attack like Chuck Schumer and AIPAC Shakur, but we also have on Fox News a complete, total meltdown. They are now claiming that, well, first of all, they started claiming this as soon as Zoran became the mayor, but they're claiming that every single Jewish New Yorker needs to flee the city because they are in imminent fucking danger. That's what they're claiming. Meanwhile, what the fuck was that? There's an F-18 flying directly towards me, and it's gonna hit me with a missile. I swear to God, I knew this would fucking happen, bro. An F-18 is gonna fly past this window any fucking second while I'm recording. It's bullshit. Anyway, a great, fantastic day. Listen to everybody who was canvassing, to everybody who was phone banking, to everybody who was making content, to the candidates themselves. This is our victory. This is a victory for the people, the people's power. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how many billionaires are on your side. It doesn't matter how many super PACs are on your side. And it doesn't matter how many fucking 8-pack checks you cash, Hakeem Jeffries, taking trip after trip to fucking Israel with Espaillat, just for Espaillat to get ass fucked by the DSA. You cannot outbid the power of the fucking people. When working people come together in the tens of millions and decide to actually vote for candidates who are no longer going to kick the can down the road and actually address the issues that their constituents have been complaining about for fucking decades, then you have a new movement. What you're witnessing right now in real time is the death of the Democrat Party and the birth of the socialist movement. Zoran said it best during his speech last week that I got to see live. It's an old quote. I forget exactly where it's from, but the old world is dying and the new world is yet to be born. Now is the time of monsters. That's what we're living through. And it is our job as the American people, it is our job as young Americans to stand up and fight against the monsters. And the monsters have names. The monsters are APAC.
By the way, like I said, and I'm going to say this again just in case anybody new joined the live, I am associate patriot. I am not Democrat or Republican.
The monsters are Republicans. The monsters are the DNC. And if you are ready for a new fucking world, then get on your goddamn feet, put your fucking dukes up, and get ready to start swinging. Because these motherfuckers think there ain't no fight coming. There's a fight coming, and I'm ready for blood. I'm ready for blood! Anyway, sorry about that. Let's look at a little bit of this BBC article. We love BBC. Hashtag shout out BBC. Clean sweep for Mamdani-backed candidates in New York's Democratic primary. We got Dan Goldman getting fucking shellacked by Brad Lander here. Last night, I was here, actually. I have my own footage of this. I was at the the Brad Lander victory party. Let me see if I can show you this. So, hold on.
Me in introducing your next Congress member, Brad Lander.
So there's that, right? Here's my view of it. The same exact moment. Is this the right one? So, come on, give me Brad. Give me Brad. Ah, fuck it, doesn't matter. Oh, no, there it is, I got it. I got the exact same moment. Right, I got the exact same fucking moment. All right, let's play it.
Please join me in introducing your next Congress member, Brad Lander.
It was an honor 1 year ago to work together to elect him the mayor of New York City. And it's been thrilling as he has been showing us what it looks like to fight for a New York City everyone can afford. For a place everyone is welcome. And for a city where we don't compromise on anyone's humanity.
And I'm so excited to get to work.
Daria Lisa also took a fat dub against Espaillat despite all of the insanely racist rhetoric that he was spewing at her, claiming that she's a fake Dominican and that she's actually Haitian. And if you don't know much about, like, the feud between the Dominicans and the Haitians, it's like, it's this weird racially motivated hatred on both sides where they're like, nah, Haitians are black, Dominicans are not black. But, like, essentially Espaillat's entire attack plan was, you can't vote for Daria Lisa, she's black. That was quite literally his entire attack plan.
To bring all of you with me to Washington.
Hi, Chad. I moved out of Tehran. Oh, well, at least you're relatively safe. I don't know where you live now, but Tehran, definitely not too safe when America and Israel continue to bomb the fuck out of you.
Fighting at the federal level.
Please join.
All right, so Dan Goldman has been defeated in New York's primary. He was beaten by progressive challenger Brad Lander in New York's 10th congressional district in a contest that laid bare the party's division over the Israel-Gaza war. Beautiful. Let's see. We've also got Jack Schlossberg got absolutely fucked. Schlossberg was defeated by Assembly member Micah Lasher in a crowded race to succeed Congressman Jerry Nadler. Granted, this isn't necessarily good news. It's good that Jack Schlossberg didn't win because he's a Zionist cuckboy and he should pack his bags and move to Tel Aviv. But there really is no anti-Zionist candidate in his district. But I do have Zoran's victory speech at Claire Valdez's victory party. Here, get a look at this. You are literally watching the new world be created right in front of your eyes. There is finally a political party that proudly stands for universal health care, universal child care, affordable and dignified housing for all, abolish ICE, defund Israel, destroy Citizens United.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
Fuck AIPAC, get money out of politics, fund babies, not bombs. All of this shit. The Democratic Party, the DNC, role-played as holding as their beliefs. They pretended like it was their beliefs, when in reality their beliefs were more aligned with Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, and Nancy Pelosi, which was, give me your tax dollars so I can send them to Israel. Also, we're gonna bomb Iran, except we're gonna wave a trans flag while we do it. That's the only difference between the Republican
I will say that is true.
and the Democrat Party is the Democrat Party says we're going to bomb Iran, but we're also okay with gay people. And the Republicans say we're going to bomb Iran and we're not okay with gay people. That's the only fucking difference. And this is why I've been telling you for a fucking dog's age, you have to join your local DSA chapter. I guarantee you have a DSA chapter near you. It's a great way to build community. You're going to come across people who are, you're going to meet people who are actually ideologically aligned with you. You're gonna make friends. You're gonna be part of a fucking community. It's fucking incredible, and I am so grateful to have been part of this movement, to have played just the most minute role in getting the.
By the way, I'm not left or right, like I said, but I watch Dean Withers, and I like watching his debates and him debating people.
The Democratic slate in New York City elected. The Democratic Socialist slate in New York City elected.
Dean Withers is from,
Oh, he was excited.
My friends, I know many of you have been canvassing for months. And at those canvasses, at those fundraisers, at those events,
BRB.
when we introduce our candidates, we use a language of hope. We say the next assembly member, the next state senator, the next congressperson.
Republicans are so fucking lucky that this man can't run for president of the United States of America. Because if he could, he would literally have a 90% win. He would sweep this fucking country.
Tonight we use a language of fact. So please join me in welcoming.
Why can't he run? He wasn't born in the United States of America. No, you are wrong. He cannot run for president of the United States of America. F-18! F-18! F-18? Fuck! I missed it! I missed it! I fucking missed it! I saw it. It was high up there. Fuck! God damn it. That's alright. I see F-18s a lot over here, but still, it would have been cool.
Coming up to the stage, Assemblywoman Diana Moreno. Assemblymember David Orkin. Assemblywoman Samantha Catan. State Senator Abir Kawas.
They have a vibe.
And the one, the only, Congresswoman Claire Valdez! Now,
Claire was there, baby. Claire was at the Free Palestine rallies on October 8th, the day after the October 7th attacks.
Every one of these incredible candidates But before I leave, I just wanted to share a few words with all of you. Which is first and foremost, this is your victory.
Like I said, this is our
Damn
victory.
right.
What you all have shown this evening, whether for state assembly, state senate, or Congress, is that a year ago, it was not the end of a political movement. It was the beginning. And I want to thank you because in this room, I see those who believed no matter what tweet they read from Michael Lang. They believed. They put that anxiety into shifts. They put it into door knocks, into phone calls. Raise your hand if you canvassed. Those are the hands that won this race, and every single one of these incredible candidates, they are going to be the partners in
It's not just that Zoran is tall, it's that Claire Valdez is incredibly tiny.
transforming the most expensive city in the United States of America into one that working New Yorkers can afford. So one more time, let's hear it for Deanna Moreno. Let's hear it for David Organ. Let's hear it for Samantha Gatan. Let's hear it for Abir Kawas. Let's hear it for Claire Valdez.
Fuck yes, baby. I am so happy to be a New Yorker.
And let's hear it for a politics that will never forget working people. For a politics that is ready to write a new chapter in our party's history. And for a politics that realizes the old politics that got us to this crisis is not the politics that's going to get us out of this crisis.
Damn right. You're damn fucking right.
It's time for working people to be back at the heart of our politics. These are the champions who will do it. Thank you all so much.
God, I fucking love him, dude. And his speechwriter is gonna be a presidential speechwriter. His speechwriter is so fucking talented. It's unbelievable. Okay, so here is how the pedophile Fuhrer... Is that F-18 coming back? Here's how the pedophile Fuhrer had to spin things, okay? Here we go.
Okay, Mayor Mamdani pulled through 3 solid communists and has received loud and universal applause from the fake news media. Congratulations, Mr. Mayor. I went 16-0 last night, helping to elect wonderful American patriots, okay? And the media doesn't say a word. Over the last 2 years, my endorsement has netted 259 primary wins and almost no losses, with 0 media attention. Fake news, President DJT.
Brother, he is so unbelievably jealous. He is so unbelievably fucking jealous. It's hilarious. And the funny part is, he literally loves Zoran. He calls him the handsome mayor. He loves Zoran, so he can't even shit on him. Like, he actually respects the fuck out of Zoran, so I don't see him shitting on him at all, other than just going, I know you did good, but I did even better, and I don't get any praise for it. All right, here's a little bit of Claire Valdez's victory speech.
I will continue to call for Palestinian liberation.
You're damn right. You're damn fucking right.
We will stand up to the genocide. We will refuse to abide by apartheid, and we will use our money to improve lives here instead of destroy them abroad.
That is now a U.S. Congresswoman saying that. There it is. That's a U.S. Congresswoman. That's not just some random New Yorker. That is now a Congresswoman saying this shit. All right, more. We've got a little bit of Mamdani at Dari's win.
How are we feeling tonight? I'm not sure. Can you guys hear me? How are we feeling tonight? I just want to take a moment to appreciate this incredible campaign.
Did you hear that guy yell, put the phones down, come on? Shut the fuck up, nerd. This is history. Anybody and everybody with a camera is going to be fucking filming it. Put your phone down, come on, guys. Suck my fucking New York dick. Get fucked. All right, we got a little bit of Brad Lander, too.
I'm going to ask for your solidarity.
This is the one I was at. I was at Brad Lander's party.
Last Thursday.
And then afterwards, we went to Hot Girls for Change. That was a great party.
I gave a name to that spirit that has been moving in New York City. I said it was solidarity. I said it was the force we need to vanquish our biggest foes. And I don't mean Wemby and the Spurs. Solidarity is the force that we need to vanquish Trump's fascism, to abolish ICE, and to stand up to the billionaires who are rigging our economy against us. This campaign here was born out of solidarity. Now, solidarity is not the same as unity. Unity means we already agree. Solidarity means we do the work to build bridges even across significant differences. That's what we did last year when we joined together to defeat Andrew Cuomo and elect Laura as the mayor of New York City. All right, I'm going to also add one thank you that I thought I had in a
United Auto Workers
before, but we could not have won this race without the United Auto Workers.
Overall, just an incredible, incredible fucking night. Meanwhile, we have people like Ari Fleischer on going, free advice for New Yorkers. Get out while you still can. The rise of socialists in New York City will threaten everyone. Mamdani's power will increase. Socialists will gain more seats, and they're coming next for you. Get out now. New York City is going through the tubes. Oh, it's fucking incredible. Oh, it's just absolutely fucking incredible. This is what the New York Post is making. The hateful slate. 3 Israel cop and private property hating Mamdanites win in Democrat congressional primaries. Suck my fucking dick and get absolutely bodied. Get absolutely milked. You got fucked by the long dick of New York City, bitch, and you're gonna take it and you're gonna like it.
Disagreement on tax policy. Every time I get a death threat, I still listen to Many Men.
Oh, I'm gonna get a copyright strike for that, so I can't play that. But you know exactly what was coming. Many men, which death upon me. God,
shit go hard.
And I'm also a proud Mamdanite. So here's what Laura Loomer had to say.
If you're a Jew in New York City, now is your time to move. After tonight's election in New York, nobody who is Jewish is safe. I'd love to see the Trump regime address the Islamic takeover of America and explain the exploding Jew hatred. We need leadership on the issue.
Suck my dick, you jigsaw-looking ass cunt. And we got Ben Shabibo. Last night, a bunch of candidates who literally despise America won in New York City. Establishment Dems, who live in fear of their radicalized base, will cave to them. By 2028, people who hate the country and wish to destroy it could be in charge. Get fucked. This guy, if you do not stand with Israel, you do not deserve to stand. And then this one's hilarious with Josh
you can
Gottman.
suck my dick. He's a
These aren't the same
fascist
photo.
cunt too.
Enough is enough. Where do we draw the line?
Like, and this is because Dan Goldman was kicked out of a coffee shop where he's not, like, they refused him service and they refunded his money because he's a fucking Zionist piece of shit. Oh, this one's fantastic.
That's what they're calling us fascists. You are
why the deep hatred for Israel? Why?
Oh, they committed a genocide. They're an apartheid state. They're a rape state. They want to do the Greater Israel Project. They invade all of their neighbors and they steal all of my tax dollars in order to fund their own genocidal, bloodthirsty campaigns.
You have another stroke, so you can't talk at all.
Yeah, because I mean, if you have such contempt for Israel, I mean, of course, you're also anti-American.
Oh, if you're anti-Israel, you're anti-American. That's so strange because I thought those were two different countries. And I also thought, didn't Israel attack the USS Liberty and murder, like, what, 70 or 80 of our troops? Doesn't Israel use my tax dollars to mass murder Palestinian babies every single day? Don't my tax dollars go into Israel's mass murder campaign in Lebanon? If I were to be honest here, I would say Israel is not only the enemy of America, Israel is the enemy of humanity, and it is the greatest threat that...
On everything I love, that is true. On everything I love, This is coming from my mouth. That is true.
This species has to face right now. They have a secret nuclear arsenal and something called the Samson option, where if Israel is at risk of falling, the disgusting, repugnant rape state known as Israel launches its entire nuclear arsenal aimed at every single nuclear-armed nation on planet Earth, triggering global thermonuclear holocaust because the Zionist Israelis believe that a world without Israel is not a world worth existing. So I don't understand why we don't wait. And I'll say it clearly and confidently. The United States of America should wage open and hot war on the disgusting, repugnant, and inferior apartheid nation known as Israel. We should wage war with them. They are a threat to humanity. Fuck them. Fuck every single one of them. I don't give a fuck about their cats, their dogs, their babies, their axes, or their asses, or their oxes. They are a fucking threat and they need to be terminated. Anyway, let's see what he actually has to say about it.
Yeah, because I mean, if you have such contempt for Israel, I mean, of course, you're also anti-American and you're anti-Western civilization, and you're seem anti-capitalism.
Damn, that stroke really did a work on you. You disgusting fat bald cock.
The American way of life.
You can barely fucking talk. Sounds like you got marbles in your mouth.
Damn.
I mean, now they're all socialists, of course, and now there's communists and now Marxists, and now they're proud of this. And now, of course, we have P. Hustle in Maine. That's another one. He's a self-avowed.
Oh my God, P. Hustle. He's talking about Graham Plattner.
Communist too. Now that's not even looked down on and a significant part of the Democratic Party right now.
Yeah, that's because you're gonna get fucking replaced. You better start looking for an old person's home. You better start looking for like a permanent live-in aide to take care of you, because clearly your brain doesn't fucking work because that stroke knocked out all of your senses. Meghan McCain, to my beautiful Jewish friends in America, we love you. You are not alone. We are just as freaked out as you are and see with clear eyes exactly what is happening. Meanwhile, fucking liberals love Meghan McCain. It's absolutely disgusting, bro. All right. More here. We're gonna watch just real quick. Here's Fox News having quite literally a panic attack over the rise of socialism.
All right, this is a Fox News alert. Incumbent Congressman Dan Goldman,
dude, Hannity is on the verge of fucking tears here,
who was just banned from a New York City coffee shop because of his support for Israel. He has now lost his primary to a radical socialist backed by Mamdani. It appears.
Dude, he's gonna cry. He's gonna fucking cry.
You can see he's about to cry.
A pretty scary transformation is now fully underway in the Democratic Party, especially in a blue state like New York.
You're damn fucking right. This is going to become a national movement. I hope you understand that socialism is coming for your fucking neighborhood too, and you better get on board or you're going to get run over by the fucking bus.
All right, this is a Fox News alert. Incumbent Congressman to a radical socialist backed by Mamdani. It appears that a pretty scary transformation is now fully underway in the Democratic Party, especially in a blue state like New York. Now, meanwhile, President Trump spoke at a Mack truck facility in Pennsylvania where he touted his economic success and rallied with Republican candidates ahead of the midterms, while also taking a jab at far-left radical Maine Senate candidate, our friend Graham Plattner, and, of course, his Nazi tattoo. Take House Chief of Staff and Homeland Security.
Oh, my God, it's Joseph Goebbels himself. It's the bald, disgusting Jewish Nazi.
Advisor Stephen Miller. All right, New York is one thing. This is a big night for Mamdani, but it's also like a cancer spreading across the country.
No, that's called Zionism, and you don't leave cancer in your body, you carve it out.
Tallarico, you got El Sayed, you got Graham Plattner, and you have no mainstream Democrat but the one we just had on, John Fetterman, that is willing to...
If John Fetterman is the last remaining mainstream Democrat, then I've got hope that we've got a new world coming, man. I mean, John Fetterman is a complete and total failure. He has zero support. Everybody fucking hates him. Like, what does it mean when the leading Democrat is constantly on Fox News and glazing Israel? It means the Democrat Party has fucking collapsed.
Stand up to them. What are we learning about what's happening to the Democratic Party, Stephen Miller?
Well, this is an issue, Sean, you and I have discussed on your airwaves many times, and tonight brings really terrifying evidence of just, as you said, how far this cancer has spread and is spreading across and throughout the Democrat Party. The candidate who won that race in New York tonight campaigned, as Senator Fetterman said, on abolishing ICE.
You damn right!
Abolishing borders.
You damn right!
Abolishing.
Do all of that. Abolish ICE, abolish borders.
Jails.
You damn right! She's a prison abolitionist.
Effectively, this candidate is saying that every single American citizen should live at the mercy of the most violent criminals, terrorists, and thugs on the face of planet Earth.
We already do. We live at the mercy of Israel, the most violent terrorist thugs on planet Earth. We already live at their mercy. This is why we're electing socialists, to cut the ties with the disgusting, repugnant rape state of Israel that doesn't have a single living human being inside of it, only actual fucking demons.
Just our whole country there for the taking, there for the pillaging. No protection for you or your family. And we've seen in every single race where there is an open Democrat primary, the radical left base of the Democrat Party is electing the most socialist, the most communist, the most lunatic candidates, the most fringe candidates that possibly exist.
You're damn
Every
right.
one of them. Against cops, against ICE, against Border Patrol, against borders, against jails, for every crazy trans idea, against every single tenet of traditional American values, principles, religion, God, all of it. I mean, you saw this quote from Tallarico today where he says he hates Christianity. These are
There's no shot in hell that James Tallarico said that. He is a very proud Christian. That's a complete and bold-faced fucking lie.
Running, Sean. So President Trump, in a very real and very literal sense, is the man, is the leader, standing in the gap, in the breach, protecting this nation from this tyrannical wave of left-wing insanity.
Well, he ain't doing a good job of protecting it, considering that New York City is the tip of the spear, and what New York does, the rest of the world fucking follows, and you just watched a socialist sweep.
How do we ever reconcile the ones that want Marxism, socialism, defund, dismantle, open borders, sanctuary cities and states?
You mean like the shit that Jesus Christ advocated for?
How do we ever reconcile these two very different ideologies? I don't see how.
No, I mean, fundamentally, Sean, look, we used to have a country, you could pick what time period, maybe say the 1980s with Tip O'Neill and Ronald Reagan. We used to have a country where you had a center-left Democrat Party, really a center, I would say a center to center-left with many members who were actually center-right. These were called Reagan Democrats or Blue Dog Democrats. So that was the spectrum the Democrat Party lived.
He's talking about blue MAGA. See, this is why we hate liberals. He's talking about neoliberals who actually are Republicans. They are wolves in sheep's clothing, right? They role play to be populists. They role play to be progressives in order to gain power. Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, John Fetterman, right? This Nancy Pelosi. The stereotypical pro-Israel Democrats that you're thinking of, that's who he's talking about.
From center left to center right. Then you had a Republican Party, right? A conservative party. And over time, the Democrat Party has abandoned all of that, and they have instead adopted this radical, revolutionary, and in many cases violent ideology that wants to tear America down and destroy everything that we know and love from top to bottom, right?
Is giving universal health care to everybody, is that destroying everything we love? Is giving affordable housing to everybody, is that destroying everything we love? Is defunding Israel destroying everything we love? Is abolishing ICE destroying everything we love? Like, I'm so confused by what the fuck he thinks that we're actually advocating for.
Living in a state of total anarchy, without police, without law enforcement, where criminals can rape and maim and murder with impunity, where your kids...
Do people actually think that the DSA or that the socialist movement wants to rid the world of all law enforcement and just let people run wild raping each other? Like, I don't understand how brain dead you have to be to fall for this line of thinking. This is so stupid.
Are taught from the age of 2 to hate America, to hate their God, to hate their parents, to hate their family, to even hate their own gender. That's their agenda. And no, you cannot have a middle ground with that. Ultimately, what President Trump is doing and what he is leading is an America First movement that says we need Democrats to come vote for us, to leave that insanity, because ultimately that's just a death knell for America.
Well, you got fucked, you bald rat cock. Now we're gonna look at a handsome Chad.
Richie Torres, I know you won tonight. I didn't even look at your race. You probably won, you piece of shit. Remember.
Oh, he's fucking drunk.
I didn't even look at your race. You probably won, you piece of shit. Remember, I was coming for you, but you got lucky this time. But I'll see you in 2. I'll see you in 2, motherfucker. I know you stopped talking shit. I know you stopped talking about Israel, Richie Torres. What happened? I'll see you in 2 years, motherfucker. Just wait. Richie, I'm coming for you, Richie.
It is time to get
I'm coming for you too.
This is our city.
You think shit is sweet? Sit on that fucking seat for the next 2 years. I'll see you in 2, Richie. I hope you remember that. Every day, every time there's a decision that you can make where you are pro-Israel, I hope you remember. You got 2 more years, motherfucker. 2 more years. You better act right, Richie. Hey, by the way, I just want to point out that a 32-year-old organizer just took out the fucking Congressional Hispanic Caucus chair with a campaign that the fucking incumbent ran, talking about how she said, fuck Kamala Harris. That's where America's at right now. That's what time it is.
Dude, if Kamala Harris actually runs for president in 28, like, oh my God, dude, that will be the death ring, the death bell of America. If Kamala Harris is again the 2028 presidential nominee for the Democratic Party, that's a death bell. I'm going to say it right now, and I'll say it confidently and proudly. If Kamala Harris becomes the presidential nominee for 2028, I will do everything that I can to make sure that nobody fucking votes for her. Okay? Nobody at all. I am somebody who firmly believes in voting no matter what. But if Kamala Harris is the Democratic nominee, do not vote. Don't vote. Do not vote. Let this be the last election in American fucking history if that dumb bitch tries to run again. Fucking terrible politician. Terrible politician. Democrats imported a new electorate, and that electorate is remaking Congress. Oh, this is Stephen Miller coping and malding and seething over the fact that brown people are fucking winning. Eat my dick, bitch.
So many.
Oh, here's Jonathan Greenblatt, the head of the ADL, the Apartheid Defense League. Here's him coping this morning.
People in New York. More Jewish people in New York than any other city in our country.
That's right.
Other than Israel, biggest population here. How do they vote now?
Look, I think this is a question for Democrats, for all Americans, to see anti-Semitism explode like this in this city, like you said, with the most Jewish people but the highest number of anti-Jewish incidents. I mean, what we saw.
You consider anything anti-Israel to be anti-Semitic, you bald fuck.
What this coffee shop shows us that you can harass Jewish people for the price of a cup of coffee.
He didn't get kicked out or banned because he was Jewish, you dumb fuck. Brad Lander is Jewish. Brad Lander won. Brad Lander is allowed in that coffee shop. Jews are allowed in that coffee shop. It's about his undying support for a genocidal, bloodthirsty maniac state. You fuck.
To call Dan Goldman a genocide enabler, Dan Goldman, who has been a stalwart, American, a member of Congress. By the way, he's criticized.
I didn't even see the coffee shop he was trying to go in, and you're trying to.
Bibi Netanyahu and that government repeatedly.
That's not enough. The problem isn't Bibi Netanyahu. The problem is the Israeli culture.
So this is prejudice, plain and simple. And it's disgusting, but I've got to be honest, it's happening all over the country. ADL actually has a case against a coffee shop in Oakland, California, that banned a man from getting coffee there because he was wearing a Jewish star. So
yes, bro, your fucking cock-sucking Israel nation took the Jewish star and put it on their fucking flag so they can hide behind the veil of Judaism every time we critique their nation and go, you just hate Jews, you hate it because it's the Jewish star. Nah, bitch, you put it on your fucking flag. You did that intentionally so that every time we insult Israel, you can claim we're insulting the Jewish people. Fuck you and suck my dick.
How is it that Jewish people can be called out and held to double standards and denigrated in this way? It's sickening.
What will happen to this coffee shop here? Because that's discrimination. You're not allowed to do that.
100%.
Yes, you are. That's not
100%
discrimination whatsoever.
do that.
That's them kicking out somebody for being a psychopath, not for being fucking Jewish.
Like, not only is it beneath.
And by the way, this is how we should be treating all Zionists. Zionists shouldn't be allowed in civilized society. If you own a business, you should have a sign outside that says, Zionists not allowed. You should not be serving them. They don't deserve a moment of peace in their miserable fucking existences. We need more coffee shops to be doing this. We need every fucking store in New York City to be banning all Zionists from stepping foot in their fucking stores.
Our morals as sort of ordinary Americans, it's a violation of the law. The Civil Rights Act of 1964.
Meanwhile, they don't say a fucking peep about the pro-Palestinians being literally deported.
64 says you can't discriminate against someone based on their religion.
He wasn't discriminated based on his religion, you fucking cuck. There are more Christian Zionists than there are Jews, and I'm sure that coffee shop would have kicked out, like, Esbayat as well, even though he's a fucking Christian Zionist.
Their ethnicity. So, yeah, they're breaking the law, and they're defying our morals, and I just think it's plain wrong. So it's bad for business as well as bad for our country.
God, this is not your fucking country. Pack a bag and move to Tel Aviv, you fucking piece of shit, dude. Okay, the last thing I want to show you has absolutely nothing to do with the DSA wins, but it is just fucking hilarious. Get a look at Usha Vance's face when her husband tries to touch her.
All right, Jack. That is not his son. I'm telling you, I've seen this shit. This shit cracks me up.
That's
she
right.
looked with him disgust.
Today's special reader
Not touch.
is my husband, Vice President of the
nigga be
United States,
beating on her.
J.D. Vance. Thanks for joining us today, honey.
Of course. Good to see you.
You see that recoil cut?
That's right.
He be
Today's
beating on
special
her. She's disgusted with him.
Good to see ya. And then a little pat on the knee. Good to see ya. And also, look at her face when he touches her.
Thanks for joining us today, honey.
Of course. Good to see you.
She just physically recoiled at her husband's touch over her dress on her knee. And he said, good to see ya.
He's a wife
Brother,
beater.
I don't know whose baby that is, but I do know it ain't yours. I do know it ain't yours. Maybe it's fucking Cash Mossad, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Please, Mossad. It was a joke. It was a joke. I swear. Oh, God almighty. Anyway. Oh, absolute victory royale. Absolute victory royale in New York City. And it will be coming to your neighborhood. It will be coming to your city. And you better get on the bus. Or else you're going to get run
on
over
board.
by the bus. It's fantastic. Anyway, listen, if you're here live, you stay. We got to keep going. If you're watching this pre-recorded on YouTube, thank you very much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing, helps me immensely. And also, if you want to help support independent media, don't forget.
Like he said, like, comment, share, subscribe. It costs you absolutely nothing. It helps me immensely. For everybody that clicked on this live and watched to the end, go check out my other channel. It is John Wilson, JEAHN space WILSON. I will be posting half of this, probably both clips, but separately, split in the middle, on my page. So go check that out. But for now, see ya boys later. I must hop off live. Thank you for watching. In peace.